Yeah, good afternoon, guys, or welcome to today's class. Okay. So we concluded organic chemistry. Uh, I think after a month plus, yes, we concluded everything concerning organic chemistry. All right, so we're looking at um inorganic chemistry now. We're looking at inorganic chemistry. So this is what we're going to be looking at, like a review, an in-depth summary. I told us the last time that I think the preliminary stages of this class that most of these things we've done them in our O level. So we are just looking at in-depth analysis, in-depth review of these things, likely areas. Our focus is on Jamb 2022. All right, and it also this class will also be of benefit to those writing Waec or any O level exams. Okay, so these are what we are going to be looking at. I think this week and next week um, on inorganic chemistry. We're looking at materials, then mixtures and compounds. We are going through this whole stuff. Then you have heterogeneous mixtures. Okay, you have homogeneous mixtures. You have separation techniques. All right, pure substances, elements, compounds, the names and formulae of substances, writing chemical formulae and examples, metals, okay, and some properties of metals and non-metals, metalloids, and all that. Then we look at elements, arrangement of elements, periodic table, the relationship between the properties of the elements across the period and down the group, the chemical properties of each of the groups. All right. So these are the things we are going to be looking at, like an in-depth summary of these things, an in-depth summary of these things. So we're going to start with the first one today. We have concluded organic chemistry. So for those of us that missed all the classes or any of the classes on organic chemistry, I'll compile the videos into one and maybe send to the group later, or I'll drop the YouTube link where we can access all the videos on organic chemistry, watch them and answer those 26 questions I sent on the group. So let's begin with the first one, materials. Materials. Okay, quickly. Classification of matter. That's a materials under the heading materials. Okay, we know that objects are made of matter. Okay, they are made of matter, like we were told in our definition of matter, anything that has weight and occupies space. Okay, anything that has weight and occupies space. All right, these are just preliminary notes. We did most of these things in our O level. All right, we said different objects can be made of different types of materials. The matter from which objects are made. For example, a cupboard is made of wood, nails, hinges, knobs. Those are the materials. The properties of the materials will affect the properties of the object. In the example of the cupboard, the strength of the wood and metals make the cupboard strong and durable. It is very important to understand the properties of materials so that we can use them in our homes, industry, and in other applications. These are the preliminary notes in senior secondary school one. Yeah, senior secondary school one. So properties of matter that we are considering. Materials can be strong and resist bending, or they can be weak and bend easily. When we look at metals and their properties, we have malleability, we have ductility, we have the metals have shining luster. We're going to look at all those properties of metals, right? Materials that conduct heat are called thermal conductors, while those that don't conduct electricity or heat are called insulators or non-conductors. All right, brittle materials break easily. Anything brittle means they break easily, they are weak. While materials that are malleable can be easily formed into different shape. Malleability of materials means the materials can be formed into different shape. The ductility of materials, or materials are said to be ductile when they are able to be stretched into thin wires, into thin long wires. Examples, you have coppers. Then magnetic materials, they have a magnetic field, ion. The forces of attraction and repulsion act on them. Density is the mass per unit volume. These are just basic properties of materials, preliminary notes on materials. And lastly, the boiling and melting points of substances tells us the temperature at which the substance will boil or melt. This helps us to classify substances as solids, liquids, or gaseous substances at a specific temperature. Okay, quickly, the diagram below shows one way, right, in which matter can be classified according to its different properties. Okay, according to its different properties. Now look at it. You have matter. They're classified into mixtures and pure substances. Under the mixture column, we'll have the homogeneous mixtures and the heterogeneous mixtures. Homo means the same mixtures. Heterogeneous means different. Hetero, different. All right. While under pure substances, we have elements and compounds. Like in our secondary school days, we did differences between elements and compounds. Or mixtures. Yes, elements and compound differences. We see those differences there. Elements and compounds. Then we'll see mixtures also. All those differences, we saw them in our secondary school level chemistry. So you have elements and compounds. Then under elements, you have metals and non-metals. You have metals and non-metals. Then we have under metals, we have magnetic metals, non-magnetic metals. The difference between mixtures and compounds, I think we said one, mixtures they are physically combined together, while compounds are chemically combined together. We're going to look at all that, all those properties as we go on in the class.